I'd like to call to order the Westmont Village Board meeting of June 9, 2016, to order at 6 o'clock p.m. and ask Clerk Simsky for roll call, please.
Mayor Gunter?
Here.
The clerk's here. Trustee Addington?
Here.
Trustee Barker?
Here.
Trustee Berry is absent tonight. Trustee Guzzo? Here. Trustee Little? Here. Trustee Nero?
Here.
Manager May?
Here.
Attorney Zemanek?
Here.
Finance Director Parker. I almost called you the collector.
And would everybody please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And welcome everybody tonight. At this point, we're going to open forum, and I have a request for open forum. Barbara Ruse, Angel Haven, to talk about their benefit sale.
Good evening, everyone. Our benefit sale for this year, which is our 16th year, will be from June 23rd through June 26th. Our hours of operation will be from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. I'd like to invite the community to come out to our sale. What we do is we just put, without exaggerating, 50,000 items out on tables. We just ask that you leave a reasonable donation, and the money that we use, that is raised, we use to purchase food for the 200 families down in the Appalachian Mountains that we support. This year, we had 2 young ladies who graduated and became nurses for the first time down there. So we were very excited about that. But we collect items just like you have in your own home all year round, and the items we do not send down there are the items that we put in our sale. So we need to raise a lot of money for some food for these families, and we invite the community to come out and see us once again.
And that's located at?
At 213 East 55th Street. That's the West Hills Community Church lot, which they have been so generous to let us use their lot for the last 5 or 6 years. Plenty of parking. You can't miss it from 55th Street, that's for sure.
It's across the street from the BP.
And it's across the street from the BP gas station over there.
Yeah.
Okay? Any
Good luck.
questions for anybody? Nope.
Good
Okay,
luck.
thank you so much.
Anyone else here tonight that wants to address the board on anything other than what's on the agenda? Seeing none, I'll close the open forum, move on to reports. Under the mayor's report, at this time I'd ask Clerk Simsky to join me in presenting Jackie Garvey a retirement plaque. And if she could please come up, we'll do that now. Come on up.
Don't start.
I know this is, Jenny is having a hard time with this, just like my wife had a hard time with you. Village of Westmont honors Jacqueline Garvey, utility billing clerk, member of the Village's Westmont Finance Department, May 19, 2003 to July 2nd, 2016. In recognition of more than 13 years of dedicated service to the community, may retirement be enjoyable for you and filled with many happy years of pleasure.
Amen.
Congratulations. And I think Jenny also would like to stand, go to the podium and say a few words.
And this is your,
Well, she's going to talk.
I'm gonna
and you
talk
might
about
say
I would like our Public Works Director Ramsey to join me, and Spencer, our Finance Director. We all have worked with you. You have served us so well. the clerk's office, as water billing clerk, as finance department. You have always put the village of Westmont first. You have spent hours making me look good. And at times, it was overtime. Please know that every morning when you walk through that door, I smiled. We will all miss you and that wonderful smile and laugh. You are my friend forever, and I wish you all the happiness in the world. You are loved by us all.
You know, as village employees, you know, one of our goals when you get hired here at the village is to be able to retire and say you left your position better than it was when you started. You know, and I can honestly say that, you know, when Judy Brockoff retired, you know, way back, she'd worked here 36 years, I didn't think there was any way we could ever replace her. You know, she knew the billing office better than anybody else. And it took a couple of clerks that we had to work through until we found the one that actually fit perfect. And, you know, Jackie has been phenomenal for over 13 years. I couldn't ask for a better person to work with billing clerk, with public works. I know Kirk really misses her. You know, her and Kirk had a great working relationship with billing for many, many years. And I know we've hired somebody to replace Jackie, but she'll never replace Jackie. Jackie's one of a kind. We love her to death, and we're going to miss her.
And I just wanted to add my voice to what's been said already about what a great employee Jackie has been and what a great asset she's been to the village. I've worked with her for the 10 years I've been here, but very closely for the last 2 years, and it's been a great 2 years. She's done a phenomenal job for the village. She's done a great job working with the residents, helping them with their needs as they deal with water billing and being able to provide that good balance of helping and serving the residents, but making sure that they live up to their responsibilities and getting the best that she can for the village. It's been great to work with her, and I really appreciate it. Thank you, Jackie.
Now it's your turn.
Well, at least you got to tell us what you're going to be doing.
Okay. Friday, they threw me a wonderful party. And Saturday, I got a full price bid on my house, and we're moving to Florida.
Round of applause.
And thank you for all these lovely words.
Well, thank you.
We're done.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm just hoping that Clerk Simsky can finish the meeting. Okay. I have a couple of other items. I'm going to be starting and looking for, or setting up a committee to explore a sister city in Taiwan with our National Cultural Center and Economic Center here in Westmont. I think there's an interest to build that relationship. So I'm going to be forming a committee to explore that possibility. I want to mention a fundraiser, and I think we had at our last meeting or the meeting before, Frank Trout, who's the commander of the American Legion, talk about Sergeant James William Robinson, who was a resident of Westmont, is the grandson of our mayor, who served the greatest amount of years as mayor in this community. And Sergeant Robinson was killed in Vietnam, and he received the Congressional Medal of Honor. And the American Legion is going to create a memorial in his memory here in the community. And they're having a fundraiser. And the fundraiser is called Unlock the Legend, and it will be at Urban Legend Brewing Company in Westmont on June 15th. So those who are interested can contact Urban Legend, or they've got some flyers that they have out trying to raise some funds to build that memorial. The barbecue, and I'm sure one of the trustees will talk a little bit more about that over Memorial Weekend, went extremely well. The weather was great. the race to the flag that was held on Sunday, the weather again was great, and I believe they hit 400, almost 400 runners, walkers. It's a great event.
400.
Over 400, and Jenny was very active in volunteering. And the race became, which started with the Health and Wellness Committee of the village, which Mike Ramsey and Kathy Crane were very active on, was taken over by the Park District with assistance from the village, with all the proceeds going to the People's Resource Center. And they also provided a lot of volunteers. So we'll probably hear more about what was donated to them later. But it was a great event. And then the parade on Memorial Day, again, had a lot of participants. We have a lot of our youth now participating and realizing the importance of what Memorial Day means. And it was uneventful, so there was no problems or anything with that. So I just wanted to give that update. Other than that, that's all I have for this evening, and I ask Clerk Simsky if she has anything.
Well, you talked about the race to the flag, and if you hadn't stepped up to the plate last year after the race, it probably wouldn't have gone on. You managed to get the People's Resource Center to join with the Park District, and really, Ron, you never give yourself enough credit, Mayor. You did a wonderful job organizing all of us and getting everybody on the same page, and you should be congratulated for that outstanding showing on. And I had a lot of people say they came to run because it was for the People's Resource Center. So the community appreciates that so much. And again, farewell to my buddy Jackie, and keep in touch. And that's about all I can do.
Okay, all right, thank you. Attorney Zemanek.
Thanks. Just like to request an executive session at the end of the meeting, and the mayor can announce the topics when we get to the end of the agenda. That's it.
Thank you. Manager May.
Mayor, just one thing this evening I wanted to point out and remind everyone that 1 week from today, on the 16th, the Village Hall, all village offices will be closed to the public. The best way to describe it is an in-service staff training throughout the entire day at multiple sites, so the Village Hall will not be open. That was all.
And there will be a, part of that is a picnic at Ty Warner Park that the Lions Club
End of
is
the
going to
day.
provide the food and cooking for.
Yeah, I even volunteered to cook.
Yes,
Maybe nobody will show up because of that.
yeah. Okay, thank you. Trustee Addington, we'll let you.
Oh, all right. Couple things this evening. First one, it is summertime now. Schools are out. Please watch our children. They're playing probably in the street, but they will be out there playing on the streets and sidewalks, so please watch our kids. And the other thing that I wanted to mention is Little League is in full bloom, and for those that get a chance, come out and watch our kids play. We've got some nice Little League teams here in Westmont, especially we have a couple of traveling teams. One is called the Storm, and if you play Little League, then you can get on this traveling team, and they play other communities. And Little League is fun, and the kids have a good time, so come out and root for the kids a little bit and have a good time there. And the next thing is, next Tuesday, here at 10:30, will be the next meeting of the Strategic Implementation Plan Committee. All of the committee members are now sending in their priorities of what they think should be done. We kind of looked at what is already being done and what still needs to be done, and they're kind of prioritizing 1, 2, 3, the top 10 in each of those. So as soon as we have that compiled, I'll see that all of you get that. But keeps moving forward. It's very positive. Again, very good, very strong committee. But if you're not doing anything at 10:30 in the morning next Tuesday, please come by and join us. We would love to have you. And then there's going to be, and Larry, what's the date for the ribbon cutting for Grill 89?
June 18th
June 18th.
at 10:30 a.m. And if you could please get back to me, we can make it.
Okay, so 10:30 a.m. will be the ribbon cutting for Grill 89. Of course, everybody I think knows by now, Grill 89 is named, Mike Ditka is one of the partners in that, so it's part of his. And Larry Forsberg gave me an article today, and I'll tell you what, I think it's going to be extremely successful. They've been overachieving since they opened up a few days ago. But in this article, they asked him about the restaurant, and he says here he put his own money into it. So now that's got to tell you that it's going to go somewhere. And but he's real excited about it, and he will be here for the ribbon cutting. And so that's open. Again, the pizza joint or pizza place that is behind it is another one of those new concepts where you go in, tell them what you want on the pizza, and it's done in 2 minutes. So again, very exciting. The new Mediterranean restaurant here in the center of town is open. Get a chance to go there. They have a very nice cuisine there. And so a lot happening with economic development. Our next meeting will be the first Wednesday in July, which will be July 6th. So don't forget that. And then finally, the barbecue was an extreme success. We had, between Saturday and Sunday, we had 160 competitors. Some cooked on Saturday, some cooked Saturday and Sunday, but went over very well, extremely successful. The weather was nice. And because the race moved its focus to People's Resource Center, several of the teams that participated and cooked competitively on Sunday they cooked an additional pork shoulder, and we turned in over 150 pounds of cooked meat to the People's Resource Center that they would then distribute out. So again, another big positive, and they were extremely appreciative of that. We took a picture. I should have brought it with. We have a picture of this mound of wrapped pork shoulder and some brisket and some other things, but it was about 150 pounds of meat that we took over to People's Resource Center. So again, for all the volunteers, for all the people that came, another great event. So we got 10 years, now we're working on 20.
Wow.
And that's all I have, sir.
Thank you. Trustee Little.
Thank you, Mayor. I just have a couple of items. Our next Administration Committee meeting will be July 21st. So if you've got nothing going on that day, come out and join us for that one at 4:30. Also to let you know that, or to remind everyone that every Thursday night there is our Cruising Nights and Street Fair out on Cass Avenue. It will continue through the end of August, and we wanted to thank all of our sponsors who have been very, very kind and generous. And so if you come out, make sure you stop in and see everybody that's participating in it and enjoy the cars. I think next Thursday is Squad Car Night, so that's a very special one for all of us. If you'd like to volunteer for any of the Westmont Special Events Corporation events, like the Taste of Westmont or the car shows, please give a call to Westmont Special Events at 630-829-9378. We're always looking for more volunteers, and we will definitely work to give you a good spot and enjoy yourself. And then also, last on the list is to promote the Taste of Westmont, coming up July 7, 8, 9, and 10. Family night is Thursday, July 7th. It's a carnival special. The food court and main stage will start on the 8th. And if you want to look for additional information, like who the music is being played by, check it out at westmontevents.com. Thank you, Mayor.
Well, thank you. And if you didn't realize that Clerk Simsky did not tell you to stop watching and go out to the, because tonight it has been canceled due to the weather.
Yes, it has.
Keep
Yes.
watching us.
I've always announced
Yes.
if it's.
Trustee Nero.
Thank you, Mayor. Just a couple of items. Tonight, before this meeting, we held a special Public Safety Committee meeting where we reviewed the status of our consolidated dispatch for Westmont. And the committee decided to move ahead with ACDC, or the Addison Consolidated Dispatch Center, I think it stands for. So that'll be on the next board meeting agenda for adoption. And our next regular meeting will be June 23rd. The next item I just wanted to highlight is kid safety camps. Current signups are still low, so we'd like to have everyone help us spread the word. Dates this year are coming up, June 16th and 17th, and August 3rd and 4th. You can visit our website at westmont.il.gov for some more information. And then last, I'd just like to invite Chief Mulhern to come on up and recap a few items for some, from some recent events. Thank you, Chief.
You have to remind me, I forget what the list was. First of all was our open house,
Yep.
which was last Saturday. The weather was good up until probably about 1 o'clock, and then we had to move things inside. Still had a great time. Kids galore with their families. Very good to see. I'd like to thank EMA members who were out there directing traffic for us, and then the Lions Club's members who were out there cooking hot dogs for us, because really you didn't want me to be out there cooking hot dogs. So it was a very big success, a lot of tours, a lot of happy families, and looking forward to even a bigger and better event next year. The other one was the Torch Run last Sunday. The Torch Run came through Westmont. It started out at Burlington and Cass. Our one resident, Greg Compton, his daughter is a Special Olympian. She won a gold medal last year in rhythmic gymnastics, and she's going to participate again this year. Greg is a retired sergeant from the Westmont Police Department and a Westmont resident, and he brought retired Officer Dan Dewar with him to run with the torch. Mayor, thank you. Mayor met with us when we got to the police department, where Greg, for his daughter, wanted to give the pediatrician, the surgeon who's done such fantastic work with her, some flowers, and she finally got there. So that went well, and we thank everyone who came out for that. We had a good little crowd at the station. And then the third was?
Squad car night, it was already mentioned, but
Squad
maybe
car
highlight
night.
it again.
What can I tell you about Squad car night? Squad car night is next Thursday, this time next week, so I'll take Clerk Shimsky's. Get out of your house, don't watch TV, get out, go to the street fair, see the squad cars. Did I do good?
You did
Okay.
good.
I have 38 squad cars coming with 39 officers, and so we still expect a couple more. It's a great time for everyone to come out. You don't see Westmont officers, but see officers from other communities. I think the officers love it more than everyone coming to see it. And we got our little remote robot car working again. Radar is up and running. You may not recognize him. Radar went through a cosmetic change from black and white to now he is matching all our other squad cars as well.
Good.
So yeah, he was out. He'll be out there. We have some things for the kids, so please, as Clerk Shimsky says, and I'll direct it again, please, 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 next Thursday, come out this time right now, come out and see us. And then at the end of the night, at 9 o'clock, we have our traditional lights and sirens parade, which is always a big hit, so.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
Question?
Yes.
How did you do on the police auction?
Well, we pretty much almost sold everything except the IT things. Anybody want a printer, I can still give you a print. No, we took those. I don't have the final amount yet.
But you did well.
But everything's sold. Yeah, I want to say it was north of $200. It was amazing. I mean, I was telling the mayor, there were some good bikes that, I'm hearing, okay, we'll open a bid for $1, anything that, $2, and I'm watching like almost brand new bikes being sold for $2. So a lot of people got a lot of good deals. And again, we had some jewelry which didn't sell because it was valued at over $1,000, so we started to bid at $1,000, and there were no takers. So we're gonna have to work and figure out how we're gonna auction or get rid of those things. But everything went well. Everybody left happy, and it was. I have one bike left. The gentleman bought a bike and said donate it to Salvation Army. So I had one bike left, and it's too small for me. So you can imagine how small it is. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And the last thing is, I just wanted to congratulate Jackie on her retirement. And that's all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Guzzo.
Thank you, Mayor. I will be brief. Our Finance Committee meeting that was scheduled for tonight was canceled. It will now be going on July 7th at 4 o'clock here in the Village Boardroom before our next Village Board meeting on the 7th. And I want to congratulate Westmont Special Events. Last week's Cruise and Nights was amazing. There were rows and rows of cars. There was people. I heard nothing but good. So once again, I want to thank them for all their hard work. And that's all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Barker.
Two things tonight. The first one is the Westmont First meeting that's scheduled for June 20th is canceled. We're going to take a little break there and then just have a longer agenda in July. And then the other thing is that the village is going to have a community tent at the Taste of Westmont, and I'll invite the residents to stop by and talk to who's ever there in the tent. Know that it's a way to have conversation and ask questions and things. It's not meant to be a complaint department. but we, can handle those as well. So come out and see us at the Taste of Westmont. That is all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I failed one item I wanted to mention. Longtime resident Bonnie Wingert passed away. She was involved in the community in many ways. Recently been working at the Park District through our Park Patrol program and a kids club. Her wake will be tomorrow at Tune from 2 to 8. So again, our deepest sympathy to her family. And that's all I have. So we'll move on to items to be removed from the consent agenda. Does any board member want any of those items to be removed? Seeing none, I'd ask Manager May to read the consent agenda.
Tonight on the consent agenda, first item is village board minutes. Board to consider approving the minutes of the village board meeting held May 26, 2016. Next is finance ordinance number 3 in the amount of $1,699,869.10. We have 3 purchase orders this evening. First is Global Emergency Products, $7,814.26. This is for maintenance, or actually repair, of one of the fire vehicles, it's Unit 1839. The purchase order is listed as not budgeted. Maintenance and repairs are budgeted, it's just that it isn't specifically budgeted for that repair as a separate individual item, and an unanticipated repair. Next purchase order, Janus Gardens, $2,064. It's for the additional costs for the downtown hanging basket project. Last purchase order, SHI International, $7,949.17. This is a IT purchase order. It's for virtual desktop licensing. Total of the purchase orders was $17,827.43, which brings the total of purchase orders and finance ordinance number 3 to $1,717,696.53. Next is community events, and there's 2. First being the 2016 Reclaim 13 5K Run Walk. Board to consider an ordinance approving the following requests for the 2016 5K fundraiser for Reclaim 13 to be held on August 20th, 2016. Includes the community events permit, permit for live amplified sound, and various temporary street closures during the 5K race. Second special event is Westmont Park District's 4th of July celebration. Board to consider an ordinance permitting the following in regards to the 2016 Independence Day celebration at Ty Warner Park. First is an amplified sound permit request. Next is special event liquor license fee waiver for the Westmont Park District. And thirdly, special events traffic plan using various one-way streets, street closures in and around Ty Warner Park from 6 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. or until the public has dispersed after the fireworks presentation. The date's not listed on here, but I'm assuming it's for July 4th.
That's one thing the public, it's always July 4th.
Yes. That does conclude the consent agenda, sir.
Do I have a motion to approve as presented?
Motion to approve, Addington.
Second, Little?
Motion been made and second to approve. On the question.
I would just like to take an opportunity to, I've had 3 residents already compliment the baskets downtown. They're phenomenal already.
Yeah.
You're right, they are.
They do, they look beautiful.
They have, this is a new grower that we went to.
Yeah.
He has the O'Hare Airport hanging baskets, and it's obvious he does a tremendous job.
And this is also I don't want to say a joint product, but an intergovernmental resource that we use with the Park District and the landscape architect, Robert Fleck, and he coordinates all of this, and he was the one that sought out and picked the new grower and everything, and it's really turned out really well.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they look nice.
That's all.
One item, just to, while we're talking about on the question, that 5K run walk is essentially replacing the color run that we had last year. And I'm going to ask staff in the future at a committee meeting to maybe look at how many of these types of events should we be looking to offer assistance to, or should we be charging? Because they do cost, our staff's involved, we close down streets, but this race we've had before, but I think moving ahead, I think we need to have a committee look at this and decide if, do you want one every month for 6 months? So,
That's an excellent point, because there are, love the special events and love what they do and what they bring and the attention that they might bring to their particular event, but there are costs related to this too. And when they're, just for example, when they're done at no cost, it's very easy to request to, close any street for, this purpose, and without any real knowledge of what kind of attention it brings. And so I hope to, maybe at an administration committee meeting, just kind of review what this is worth to us and decide whether or not we shouldn't be setting parameters for either limiting the quantity or different criteria to be met before requests, come here. So we'll be looking into that.
Well, I know you're going to have at least one more, because the Prostate Center always has one in the fall.
but theirs usually is on Pasquinelli Drive?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
The ones that stay on the side streets or in the parks are a lot easier for us to handle than somebody who wants to start running down Cass Avenue or something.
I mean, that's.
But I think again, the limitation and how many, and are they local,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think just to look at that whole, the criteria.
Some
for it.
criteria.
Yes. Any additional questions? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Trustee Addington.
Yes.
Trustee Guzzo.
Yes.
Trustee Barker.
Yes.
Trustee Little.
Yes.
Trustee Nero.
Yes.
Motion passes. Moving on, we do not have any unfinished business, so I'll move on to new business. A, Commissioner reappointment, Planning and Zoning. Board to consider a motion to approve the mayor's reappointment of Craig Thomas to the Planning and Zoning Commission.
Motion to approve.
I'd ask manager,
Oh, wait a minute.
not manager, Director Ziegler to give some additional comments.
Oh, all right.
He's ready tonight.
If they want to. Maybe I should vote no.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to introduce Craig Thomas. He's been with us since 2001 with 15 years' experience. And even with our recent 2 meetings a month and this summer with one of our meetings going till midnight, he still wants to come back and start his next 5-year term. And so we're glad to have him with us.
Yeah, amen.
Craig is sitting there with his arms folded, waiting for next week.
It's going to be early, right?
All right, do I have a motion?
I would love to make the motion to reapprove Craig. He's done a phenomenal job.
I'll second it.
Motion been made and second to approve the appointment. On the question? Seeing none, roll call,
Yeah,
please.
vote quick before he changes his
Yeah,
mind.
roll call, please.
Trustee Addington.
Yes.
Trustee Nero.
Yes.
Trustee Barker.
Yes.
Trustee Little.
Yes.
Trustee Guzzo.
Yes.
Thank you. Again, just as a reminder, our commission, Planning and Zoning, is made up of residents who basically, they get a small stipend, but they're basically volunteering their time for the good of the community, and they do all the front work for us. They do the research, they have the public hearing, and they gather information, so it makes our job a little easier. So again, thank you, Craig, for those 15 years.
Can I say something?
Now, you're voted in. Go ahead.
Yeah, say something.
I would just like to thank you and appreciate it, and to take a moment to say our staff, Jill and John, do a great job. And the way they work with residents, and they sell Westmont to the residents. And sometimes it's a hard job, but they do an excellent job, and I think it should be noted.
All right.
And I appreciate the appointment.
Good.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, new business B, Commissioner reappointment, Board of Fire and Police Commissioners. Board to consider a motion to approve the mayor's reappointment of Vince Musial to the Board of Fire and Police Commission. Manager May.
The Commissioner Musial has served on the board since 2007. This term is for 3 years, and it is a reappointment, so it is that simple. He too is interested in continuing and served the commission well.
Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve, Nero.
Second, Little?
Motion's been made and second to approve. Any questions, comments? Roll call, please.
Trustee Nero.
Yes.
Trustee Guzzo.
Yes.
Trustee Barker.
Yes.
Trustee Little.
Yes.
Trustee Addington.
Yes.
Moving on, new business C, 230 South Cass Avenue, the duplex building. Board to consider an ordinance approving the following requests from SKE Property Investments for the following. 1, zoning code variance request for the relief from the minimum square feet per building in the R4 General Residence District. 2, zoning code variance request for relief from the maximum allowable density in the R4 General Residence District. 3, site and landscaping plan approval to build a new single-family semi-detached dwelling. And 4, preliminary plat of subdivision request to split one lot into 2 buildable lots in the R4 General Residence District. And I'd ask Community Development Director Ziegler to give us some additional information.
Thank you, Mayor. The applicant originally came to the March Planning and Zoning Commission meeting and was continued so that he could work on a subdivision so the lots could be sold rather than rented. The applicant returned in May after making appropriate changes, including adding additional brick to the facades, increasing the landscaping, and then clarifying some engineering details. He answered questions from the public regarding engineering and lot lines. The commission made a unanimous positive recommendation and noted that the variances were in keeping with the nearby properties on Cass Avenue.
Do I have a motion?
Second, Nero.
Linda got it in first.
Everybody wants to.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Motion's been made and seconded to approve as presented on the question. I guess this is another example of what I said. The planning and zoning did a lot of work on this, and when it comes before us, it's ready to be approved, hopefully.
I have a question. It's not, Jill could answer this. It's not so much about that development on that property, although it's a very tight site. The parcel that is south of that, is that equal to this in dimension?
Yeah, I believe that all of the duplexes on that block have gotten pretty much the same variance, so they're very similar.
Okay, but the one that, the last one there that is a house, is that lot size the same?
That, I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
The
if
house to the south?
Yes.
I'd have to check my, okay. The plat of survey doesn't give the dimensions on that exact lot, but that's something that I could clarify for you.
Does it look equal? I mean, does it look equal to?
It looks pretty similar, yeah.
Yeah, because what it tells me is if this development goes forward and they fill up that space and then you have another one there, I would, if it was my money, I would never invest in a single-family home there. And then again, is it tighter than this site? So if it became a duplex again, or something like that, is it splittable? So they get the, they gotta get the value out of it.
Sure.
Or wanna get the value out of it.
Right, and they are zoned R4, which, allows for duplexes. So, and I think that previously the board has been in favor of it because it meets the character of that area. It's difficult to meet our zoning restrictions because they restrict it according to bedrooms and densities.
Yeah, I like the development, but the, 15 feet apart really is that spacing. And that's tiny. That's the city of Chicago.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Welcome.
Any additional comments, question? Anybody in the audience? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Trustee Guzzo.
Yes.
Trustee Nero.
Yes.
Trustee Barker.
Yes.
Trustee Little.
Yes.
Trustee Addington.
Yes.
Okay, motion passes. New business D, 200 North Linden Avenue to J.T. Manning Elementary School. Board to consider an ordinance approving the following request from Cashman Staler Group Incorporated regarding improvements at J.T. Manning Elementary School for the following. 1, zoning code variance request for relief from the maximum allowable floor area ratio in the R3 single-family detached residence district. 2, a zoning code variance request for relief from the maximum allowable lot coverage in the R3 single-family detached resident district. And 3, site and landscaping approval to construct a building addition. And we've got Community Development Director Ziegler again.
Thank you, Mayor. These approvals are requested so that the school can build an exterior vestibule addition of 171 square feet. This is to provide additional security for the school so that they can have a secure entrance in the front. Planning and Zoning Commission made a unanimous positive recommendation in May and complimented the school on the safety improvements, their collaboration, and the presentation to the commission. And I'm available for any questions. And
I don't know if they would like to maybe make a comment, add anything to that?
I can make a comment. I don't know if Steve Cashman, he's our architect, he's here. But just kind of introductory comments. I can remember in 1986 when I first became a high school teacher, the building I was in, all exterior doors were open to the public, and even after the school day started, you could enter and exit a school building through any door. And shortly thereafter, it changed where we're restricted to one main entrance, and now we're at the point where you have to be buzzed into schools. And unfortunately, times have changed, and so what we're doing this summer for all of our schools, tonight the focus is on Manning, is to improve the safety and security of all of our schools, and also at the same time improve the educational environment. And with that, I can turn it over to Steve, and he can give some comments regarding Manning.
I can do a presentation, or you can just take a look at the handouts. To be brief, J.T. Manning is an unusual school in that the principal's office is at the rear on the alley side, and the entrance is also really at the rear, even though the address is on Linden. Visitors, students, staff enter from the alley side, and you enter it at like a mid-flight level. You're not at either the lower level or the main level. So it's extremely difficult. They use earphones to see who's there and buzz someone in. It faces to the west. It's very hard for them to see who is actually at that door. And even once they buzz them in, which way do they go? You know, unless you literally walk out there and secure them in. So we've been looking at this. If you're familiar with the junior high, the whole intent was to create a secure entry so when a visitor comes, they can be buzzed in, but then they have to come through the office and be controlled entry. We added a lobby guard system earlier this year where all visitors go through a driver's license scanning, checks them against a database to make sure that they're appropriate to enter the building. And we started a number of different solutions, and the main solution goal was always to try to get the entrance in the principal's office on Linden, because you really want to have visual supervision, and you really want just staff coming in off the alley. So you may recall the school district went for 3 different referenda, and those are all based on larger additions that would have been basically 3-story additions, building an entire new principal's office, additional classroom space, elevator access, and things along Linden. When those failed, the board decided to continue forward with approximately a $9 million project for 4 buildings, and this is the result of a lot of design back and forth. We basically came up with a small vestibule, a secure entry. It's just under 300 square feet. The net impervious addition to the site is about 488 square feet, so less than 500 square feet. And then we really try to design this vestibule to look like the original 1927 building. So it's got stone, it's got cast stone details that are similar to the kind of collegiate Gothic detailing from the original building. And it allows accessible entrance. There'll be an exterior ramp. You enter basically at the landing level, but then there's an interior lift that we've added. So it will now be an additional accessible entrance. Right now, the only accessible ways into the building are through the kindergarten library area to the north or through a gym entrance. And this will allow all kind of visitors to come to be able to check in through the lobby guard system, then be buzzed into the main building. And then we move the principal's office, which was on the back side, to the Linden Avenue side, switching some spaces. So they'll have more visibility of the entire Linden area. At the beginning and end of the day and throughout this day. And then as kind of a collateral effect of that, there'll be a new nurse's office, new staff workrooms, things like that.
Yeah. Sounds like a great project. Do I have a motion?
Motion by Addington to approve.
Second, Barker.
Motion made and seconded to approve as presented. Any additional comments or questions? Again, thank you. This is very nice to have this packet you gave us, and I would imagine you're going to try to be complete by the opening day of school. And when is that opening day this next school year?
I believe it's August 27th, I think.
Yeah, okay, about August 27th. Okay. Seeing no other questions, I'd ask for a roll call, please.
Trustee Addington?
Yes.
Trustee Little?
Yes.
Trustee Barker?
Yes.
Trustee Guzzo?
Yes.
Trustee Nero?
Yes.
Good luck. Thank you. New business, E, purchase of real estate. Board to consider an ordinance approving a real estate contract for the purchase of 6101 South Cass Avenue by the village. Manager May.
The village has negotiated a real estate contract for the purchase, 6101 South Cass, as part of the village's bigger effort for stormwater management. You'll recognize this address. It is vacant right now, but it was what was the old Clark Station that is immediately south of the Westmont Fire Department headquarters. So the stormwater management improvement would be, you have to be familiar with the site, but there's a detention basin to the north of it, there's the detention basin to the east of it, and it's all to reassemble all that into a better managed facility.
Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve, Nero.
Second, Guzzo?
Motion been made and seconded to approve the purchase of the property on the question. Anybody? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Trustee Nero?
Yes.
Trustee Guzzo?
Yes.
Trustee Barker? Trustee Little?
Yes.
Trustee Addington?
Yes.
Okay, motion passes. New business F, professional engineering services agreement with ESI Consultants LTD. The board to consider an ordinance approving an engineering agreement for professional services pertaining to stormwater review services with ESI Consultants LTD. And would ask Director Ziegler to give us some more information.
Thank you, Mayor. We're looking to add ESI to our list of approved engineers that can help us with stormwater reviews for the DuPage County Stormwater Ordinance. One of ESI's new engineers has 10 years' experience with us reviewing plans, and we're glad to have that knowledge base for our reviews. They also offer things like inspections and landscaping review when things get especially busy during the summer. So we recommend approval.
Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve, Nero.
Second, Little?
Motion made and second to approve on the question.
How do we decide who we pick? 'Cause I think we use Burns and Mac for this too. And how does
Yeah.
that work? Just,
We still use them. We've had a list of 4 or 5 different consultants, and one of the engineers moved from Burns and Mac to ESI and asked that he be included with the new list. So we're
Okay.
open.
okay.
When we first started outsourcing, I think there was like 6 firms that were doing it at the same time, and different ones were getting. You might remember this because we were just passing through the costs on, and then it got to the point where, applicants were requesting certain reviewers, it was based on nothing but cost.
Yeah, right.
So we fixed the permit fees, and then we work with, our relationship with the reviewers, our option. Now with Kim gone, there's more outsourcing has to be done, permit activities picking up, which is great. So it's just another effort to diversify the number of consultants that have the ability to do this for us.
Good.
Additional questions? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Trustee Nero?
Yes.
Trustee Guzzo?
Yes.
Trustee Addington?
Yes.
Trustee Little?
Yes.
Trustee Barker?
Yes.
Motion passes. Moving on to miscellaneous. I don't know if, Larry Forsberg, do you have any items? I know there's an outing tomorrow that you'd like to bring up under miscellaneous from the chamber.
We actually do have a couple openings left for dinner. We're doing a chamber golf outing tomorrow. We have a shotgun start at 2:30 over at Twin Lakes Golf Club. We have 40 golfers coming out. For dinner, we're doing a shrimp boil. That's going to be prepared by Neat Kitchen and Bar for us. So we do have a couple openings left for that, and that starts at 4:30. So if anybody's interested in coming out and joining us, just give me a call or a text or an email, and we'll get you set up for that. Thanks.
Very good, thank you. Any other missing items by the board? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion to go in executive session pursuant to Section 2C1 of the Open Meetings Act to discuss the employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of an employee, and executive session pursuant to Section 2C6 of the Open Meetings Act to discuss setting the price for the sale of real estate owned by the village. Do I have a motion?
Motion by Addington to approve going into executive session for the 2 reasons stated.
Second by Little.
Motion been made and seconded to adjourn into executive session. Roll call, please.
Trustee Addington.
Yes.
Trustee Guzzo.
Yes.
Trustee Nero.
Yes.
Trustee Barker.
Yes.
Trustee Little.
Yes.
We will adjourn to the executive session. After the executive session, there will not be any new items on the agenda. All we'll be doing is adjourning the meeting. So thank everyone for this evening.